Hi, my beautiful friends. This is Katya Martinova, your empowerment coach and energy healer, filming this video for you from Sedona, Arizona. This is a place that's known for its energy vortexes, and I wanted to record this video on the topic of how to get energized, because so often we are programmed to live in the state of exhaustion, in the state of going, and giving more and getting more and achieving more. And I wanted to use the energy of this energy vortex behind me to get some guidance from the Akashic records on how to re-energize ourselves, how to get energized for those who feel like they are completely depleted. So let's see what the energy of this place and the Akashic records have to say. Let's begin. As always, I will say a quick prayer to myself to open the Akashic records. You can get comfortable, you can lie down or sit down. Ooh, and I can feel the energy already. And just take it all in and integrate what resonates and make it your own. Can you show me how we as a collective, how we, everyone who is watching this video right now or at any point, can re-energize ourselves and also be able to sustain this level of energy? I am seeing this slow motion back and forth, and it's almost like if you were the one moving back and forth, someone is holding you and catching you on both ends. What I am being prompted to ask myself and all of you is, when was the last time you asked for support? When was the last time you asked for help? When was the last time you just accepted someone's offer to hold you close, to hold you near, and almost do like this trust hug? You know how when we do a trust fall, we trust that the person standing behind us will catch us. Well, here it's the same thing, but like really leaning into that hug, completely relaxing our body, our mind, our spirit. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time you felt completely relaxed, calm, unbothered, and also supported by others? I feel like in the Western culture, because I live here in the US, there's a lot of focus on being independent and doing it all on your own. And we've forgotten how to be part of a community. We've forgotten how to be part of a village, how to be part of something bigger than us, and remember that we cannot, sustain this state of being where we are everything, we are everyone, we fulfill all these roles, and it's all on us. That's not how it's supposed to work, is what I'm being told. It's supposed to be almost like this, delegation. This person is responsible for this. This person is good at this, so they'll do that. So refocusing on to this idea of being part of a community where you will be contributing, but you will also be receiving. What else can we remember? What else can we tap into for feeling more energized and not depleting, but sustaining that state of being energized? Can you show me? And now I'm being shown the backward full motion. So this was side to side, kind of, feeling supported by someone who loves you, who cherishes you. But this is more like, hey, when you need to fall, like flop backwards and just rest, do so. And don't wait until you feel like, oh my gosh, like if I don't lie down right now, if I don't rest right now, I am gonna be in complete trouble. So, like, grow that strength inside, strength of prioritizing you before it gets to this breaking point. Prioritizing you should be the thing that comes first, not last. It's not the last resort, it's the beginning, the inception of everything else. Because you know how there's this phrase like, you can't give out of an empty cup. That's very true. But a lot of us feel like this is what we have to do. We have to get to that breaking point before we can ask for help. Or it's not even that we can't ask for help, but we feel almost like forced out of options, and then we'll finally, take a leave, or get a doctor's note so we can stay at home. No, we need to completely turn it around 180 degrees, where prioritizing, flopping backwards, resting, replenishing your energy comes first. And it's huge. But I know a lot of us have a hard time with this, because we were raised to kind of, almost like under this label of, I'm worthy if I am strong, I am worthy if I am, persevering in this and that. But we have to snap out of it. We have to start living differently, because you only have one body, you only have one life, and shifting that priority will do tremendous good for you. And I know, and I can hear already how a lot of people will ask, well, yeah, I'm one of those who would love to do that, but I feel like I can't. I feel like it has to come to this breaking point before someone will listen, someone will understand, or someone will let me, not come to work for one day, or whatever it might be. So what is the guidance for that group of people who would like to make this their priority, but they feel like they're in a corner and they can't? Please show me. I'm being shown untangle from that. Just imagine yourself being this, what do you call it? Like a roll of rope or thread, and you're right in the middle of it, and you got so used to doing it this certain way that you're so lost in all that thread, which is people's expectations, people's ways of doing this, and everyone around us, seems to think, oh, I'm okay. And we have this culture of, every time you ask someone, how are you, they're not being sincere most of the time, and they'll say, I'm fine, but on the inside they're like crying, or going through a terrible period in their life. But no, we have to like untie ourselves from this ball of thread and find that almost like pioneering force to start being the first one in your circle, the first one at your workplace, who will start setting that trend for yourself and others. So just kind of get yourself untangled from that, look around, reassess, set priorities, and just decide. It's just a matter of decision. By just, I mean not that it's easy, but the decision, deciding to do it, there is no other options. That's what's gonna be the transformative force that will make it happen for you. And I've been through this, because when I became a mom, it completely changed my priorities. Some of them were priorities that I set differently, but some of them were things that I just felt like I had to reprioritize, because I had a child and I had like a human being who was dependent on me at all times. So that's just like a telling story of, you think it's impossible until you're actually just taking the first and the second and the third step towards it. And before you know it, you're just like rolling down the hill and everything is working out and it's actually happening the way that you envisioned. So I hope that makes sense. So what is the final? And you can see the sun came out. So when you go into that and make that your new reality, your life will just transform and lighten up and will become easier, just because when you put yourself first, everything else just realigns. It might mean different things for different people, but it could be that your friend group would change. And some people will fall out of your life, and that's a good thing, because those people who don't align in interest and priorities with you, you guys are just not going to be on the same path, and it's okay. So just have the understanding that it's totally normal, and you are the one who has to choose you before anyone else, because it's your responsibility and something that you have to do. What is the final guidance? To summarize this whole topic of energizing ourselves to propel us forward. I hear receive, receive, receive. Just like when you're in the sun, you're just receiving the sunshine. You're not thinking, oh, now I have to pay them back with something to say thank you, or now I have to be acting this certain way to feel like we're even. No, you're just receiving. Allow yourself to just receive without having the need to give back. That's big. Take baby steps. Tiny, tiny steps, and everything will fall into place, and your life will transform. I'm going to close the Akashic Records now. Thank you so much. Well, I hope you can kind of see what that would look like for you, and definitely let this kind of come in and integrate and make sense. But just remember, prioritize me and receive without feeling like you owe back, because that's your birthright, to just receive. And don't forget that if you want to go deeper into your own Akashic Records, I always have the link to schedule a session with me under my in my description, and if you feel called to, feel free to do so. But in the meantime, just let this energy come through you. It's incredibly supportive, it's incredibly nurturing, it's incredibly soft, but also it's almost like this driving force that's telling you, come on already, let's do this. Enough waiting, enough of waiting, enough of procrastinating, enough of finding excuses. It is time. I'll see you next time.